is ever before me. Should I be in the heights of mountains or in the heart of the sea? You meet me where my feet will be. Lord, you see everything of me. Let me not wander from the God who loves me. And as you pursue me, so will I pursue you. Reign in my heart as you reign in all the earth. Capture me in your love. Capture me in your love. Your voice gave birth to the light. No planet unnamed, no star out of sight. Your vision pierces through the blackest hole. So you see beyond my sins and know my soul. Lord, you see everything of me. Let me not wander from the God who loves me. And as you pursue me, so will I pursue you. Reign in my heart as you reign on the earth. Reign in my heart as you reign on the earth. Capture me in your love. Capture me in your love. No more running, I will remain in you. No more striving, I surrender to your love, Jesus. No more running, I will remain in you. You. No more striving, I surrender to your love, Jesus. Capture me in your love. Capture me in your love. Capture me in your love. Oh, capture me in your love. Capture me in your love. Capture me in your love. And with every gift of breath we breathe you in. All the works that you have done consume our hearts. Who in all the earth compares to who you are? Who in all the earth compares to who you are? 1,000 hallelujahs, God, we lift into your name. 1,000 hallelujahs, God, we lift up once again. All creation lifts its voice, declaring till the end, oh Lord, how great you are. May your praises live in every word we speak, and with every gift of breath we breathe you in. All the works that you have done consume our hearts. Who in all the earth compares to who you are? Who in all the earth compares to who you are? 1,000 hallelujahs, God, we lift into your name. 1,000 hallelujahs, God, we
Hi family, sorry I needed a bit time. We just ended the song at 14:14. Um, I'm shaking. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm just a bit overwhelmed, but it's fine. It really is fine. Um, I was asking the Lord yesterday where to start. Minka just comforts me and says hi. Come. I was asking the Lord yesterday where He wants us, where He wants to take us to start the Enoch walk, and He pointed out a place because He said, "You don't really have time for that." So He pointed out a place to go where you can oversee all three countries. You can see Germany, Switzerland, and you stay on Austrian ground. So yeah, for those who are just asking, Judy's still at my great grandma's apartment, and the Lord was just like, do the service. And I was sitting outside yesterday just talking to him, and was like, oh, he was like, he will tell what moves you, because when I receive him, it's just him. So he said, just trust in the things I'm telling you. So I had a thought of what today's service is going to be about, but it's no longer that. Yeah, so he said that there is not really time. So he pointed out this place. And as I was at Mom's place, I had this feeling of, no, I don't can hear him saying, today you will be on a walk. And I was like really confused, and I drove back home, and I was like, Lord, is that just me? Is that just me? Or is that you? And he said, no, it's me. And I was like, well then, can I please just call Judy and Nate and pray with them about it and ask them if they just kind of received the same thing? And he was like, you don't have to call them. It's me. And I was like really, really confused about it. Just like, wait, what? And he said, oh, he said, tell my bride tell my bride it's now. I'm like, cannot, he said, tell my bride it's now. And he showed me a picture of a bride standing outside at the door with a letter in her hand. And he said, any second now, your father himself will open the door and you will enter in. And I will be waiting on the end of the aisle. And the bride looked at the letter. Give me strength, please. She looked at the letter and wrote it. And the Lord said, I was waiting on that moment for so long. And on that day, I laid my eyes on you. I completely fell in love with you. And to watch you become more and more beautiful day by day. And being on that path with me. I love you so much. I love the way you love me. I love the way you trust me. And now it's finally time. He was asking me if I'm shaking the same way he is shaking. And he knows that we are all just shaking because of the excitement of the Father himself opening that door any moment now. And he's standing there and he so loves you. He's so in love. And he's so happy that we received that love and we believe how much he loves us. And I don't even know how to continue or oh, there is just nothing left to say. It's just he's so is pouring out his love continuously. And he's so happy each and every time when we stand there with open arms and an open heart to just receive him with the love he has for us, not the love that we think it is, but just this overflow of his love for us. He was reminding me of a saying yesterday, and the saying is that rain in May makes you beautiful. So when it rains in May, everyone is standing outside and it's just like enjoying the rain. And he said, it's like with my love and with everything I'm pouring out. Do you believe it? Do you go outside and stand there just in the rain? Just like a child with open arms, with your head lifted towards the sky and just being like there to receive it. He said, tell my bride it's now. And I said, Lord, I can't do that. And he was like, you will not hide my glory. Do it and just there's just nothing left. And he just was showing me so clearly the last days. It really started when he spoke forward through Judy. It was just one thing. It was when we were standing at the grocery store, and Judy had to lean over on the I don't know what shopping cart because she was drunk and couldn't stay, and I was drunk and couldn't think, and I was recognizing that quite a while before that it's just like impossible for me to just think about stuff. So if it's not about God's glory or just praying and praising or being with him, it was not possible. For example, Mom was asking me one day, she was like, well, okay, then we drive home now and we'll have something to eat. What would you like to eat? And I was sitting in that car and I was like trying to figure it out, and I got so frustrated about me not being able to think. And the same thing with the Wi-Fi problem. I'm like really, really good with technical stuff. I don't have any problems with thinking about stuff like that, but he would not allow me to think about it because it was just like there was just nothing. There was just nothing. And I was like questioning myself if I'm in some kind of way displeasing God or just being off the way, or what's wrong. And when I was at home the first day of resting, so 2 days ago, I just was sitting in my living room and was like sitting in the silent and just was listening and processing. Just I couldn't think, I couldn't grab a thought or something. And I was looking around and it was like kind of messy. There was just stuff laying around, and I was sitting on the sofa for 3 hours looking at some little cushions, where the fabric was freshly washed and just laying beside the cushions, and I was like looking at them, and I just wanted to get stuff done, and I was sitting there and I couldn't do a thing. And I needed 3 hours to just put on the fabrics on 3 cushions, and I was like, oh well, Lord, what's going on now? And I remember I had, what was it? I was grabbing something and putting it away. It was just like, take that and bring it outside. And I took it and was like, I don't even remember what it was. I was just like, so, I don't know, was going there, and I needed to go to the toilet for a long time, but I was like sitting there like just not functioning really. And when I put the thing away into the hallway and laid it down, it was like, this remembering from God when he just tells you like, oh, don't forget that. So he was like, you should go on the toilet now. And I was like, oh, yeah. And then it was like getting out of the bathroom again, and then it started like, take that, open that, put it in here, put it in here, put it in here, do that, like a robot. And within 10 minutes I was looking through the apartment and it was all done, but it just was not me at that point. And the Lord said, it was just this thing of, I really wanted to figure out what's not right with my thinking, why I couldn't grab a thought. But then it's just like, to just let go of that frustration to fix fix it, what I thought, what I should fix, and that's my thinking. I totally missed out on the blessing and on the glory of him. And he just said, it's such a personal thing. It's such a personal thing. And back to the moment where Judy was just on the shopping cart, leaning on that, and the thing the Lord spoke forth through her was just like, Nina, you can't think because you are a head person. And that just made it click, and the Lord was like, I'm going to work through everyone just so differently. I will take you with your things, and just because blessings and just the life of a person looks different than the other one, he's just he I can't tell you enough that he really, really, really wants to bless and spoil each and every one of us so bad. And he showed me how, by wanting to figure it out, or just keep on blaming myself for, oh no, why is my brain not working and stuff like that. He just don't want us to miss out on a blessing, and he don't want us to miss out on just every little piece of love and joy he has over us. And he's standing there at the end of the aisle, shaking with excitement, the same excitement we have. And he said, tell the bride there's no time, it's now. My love for them and everything is now. He said, please tell them to open just their hearts and arms to receive me. Before Judy and Nate arrived here, the Lord told me that he will heal and that he will restore. And it's not just a cell in your body he's going to restore, but he will restore and heal every cell. He wants to heal us completely now and today, because he said that we are worthy. At the moment he called us, at the moment he saw us, he said, and he saw it all. It's just like with Paul, he's not just going to heal his left side and just miss out on his right side. He's just healing it all, and he wants us to step out of the way and just accept it, because he is able. Amen, Michelle. by faith I declare that it is all as he said. The way he said it to me since the beginning of preparing us for that four-corner walk, by always pointing out that it's going to be in glorified bodies. And even though it's 1440, still 144. And I know that you all know that those all are just tears of joy, and just because he said to tell them how much I love each and every one. And tell them it's now. I'm not sure if he just pointed it out to bring forth the strength in me to just speak it out. But we just trust in whatever he's telling us, and we obeying it, even though we might not understand it. But we believe it with every cell. Like he says, I want every cell. And yeah, I think by not being able to grab a thought that has nothing to do with the Lord and is just in the future, I felt kind of bad when when Judy asked me if we should start the walk on kind of Friday, Saturday she was feeling, and I was like, Judy, I'm sorry, I can't even think about that. He wouldn't let me, and I felt like bad. And today I'm sitting here now thinking back, it's like it's now. Amen, JC, it's now. There is just nothing else I can just say, because it's like with the grab this, put it here, open that, open that, open that. It's like I'm searching for something else, but there is nothing. I could keep on talking about receiving and just feeling his heart for each and every one in that family, and just for the world, for people in general that love. We just want them to receive it. He just wants us to receive it, because it was and is and always will be his gift. always there for us to take, and we have to step back. It's just important for him to just receive it so that we can understand, and he will pour it out and he will spoil us. He already does, and the final spoil will be us going home. And he said, I'm standing there now and I can't wait until the door is going to open and I will see you. And he truly did it just for you to receive him. And you don't have to do a thing besides of standing in that rain he's pouring out with just open arms, not taking with you a umbrella of protection and think like, oh, but I might get a little bit wet or something. Just throw it away and stand there. He takes you as you are, and he's going to pour it out. And it's going to rain. The funny thing is, now thinking about when I was asking the Lord, and I was like, Lord, I can't do that. I can't tell it. It started to rain. I think that's just all I have, really, for now. And it is just all we can ever ask for. And more. So I don't even know how to end that. Just receive it and believe it, what the bride was reading from that letter, and how our groom is loving on us. And listen to what he's saying. He says it's now. So please, 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 open your hearts and arms to receive him now. because that's what brings him joy, because he loves us. I love you, family. The Father will open the door any second. We declare and believe it by faith. In Jesus' mighty name.